So, Hoplite Season 3 dropped a couple days ago, and I've had some time to play around with the update. And I think this might be the update that saves Hoplite because, Hoplite has kind of lost its trend, its feel and excitement around YouTube and around the community as well. But there's just so many different variables when it comes to when you think that Hoplite might be dying. Because, those videos get views, but they're kind of a negative onlook on things. And I kind of want a positive onlook. I think this update might have just saved the Hoplite because, we've been waiting for 3-4 months for an update. The last update was amazing. I love Magma Club and all that. But I think this update might just be better because of how it's done to optimize the game, to give it more options, to make Hoplite kind of more like Hypixel, where there's a lot of different modes you could play, but the core of Hoplite is still there. It just makes it much simpler and, just more like an actual server that you can get on regularly instead of just a niche server just to play this one game mode. And especially also, I haven't talked about the new legendaries yet. And there's also some big news about the other previous legendaries that, you probably want to see because it's shocking, but and that's that because that's just how it works. Anyways, so what I'm going to be talking about is pretty much this is going to be a video essay where it's going to have a tier list video inside the video. And if you just want to look at the tier list video, then you could just, I made the tier list video separately, so I can put that as a different video and you could just click on that. But anyways, let's get over to tier list me for the tier list. Okay, here we are on our previous tier list. So first thing I'm going to do before we get started is re-rank the Ender Bow to B tier. I don't know why I put it in F tier last time, but I just did apparently. So I'm going to put it in B tier now. Along with the Void Staff, which I've already ranked. And considering its new abilities that I've seen, I think it's still a B tier thing, But first of the new legendary weapons is the Reinforced Elytra, which you can equip to fly down and explode on your enemies. Exploding on your enemies seems to be kind of like a theme for this season because there's another weapon that does that. But it's you have to get the Dragon Egg, which if you've seen SMP content about end fights, imagine that just 10 times more players. So it's really hard to obtain unless you're the first one there and you just end rush and be a speedrunner. So I'm gonna put this, I'd say C tier along with Tim the Enchanter and the Pufferfish Cannon. Next we have the Shadow Blade, which this is its crafting recipe. And you can, if you right click it, you can apparently turn it invisible for 30 seconds. And then there's a cooldown for 30 seconds. It's pretty OP, not gonna lie, because you can just hide yourself from people. And also does, the base amount of damage and all that. So I'm gonna put this weapon in A tier. And now finally, my favorite weapon of this season, the Aglos, which is a spear that's really cheap to make, and it explodes your enemies when it hits them, and it does 7 melee damage. It's not too shabby, but its cooldown is 7 seconds. It's really OP. So I think I'm gonna put the Aglos in S tier. A little bit. I think I might be a little bit too early to rank Aglos S tier because I haven't played around with it a lot. But I think from my experience right now, it's an S tier weapon because it's so OP. Okay, now back to video essay me. Other than those new legendaries, they've also opened the end dimension, which, speedrunners might take advantage of that, not gonna lie, because, there's a new legendary that requires the Dragon Egg in its recipe. So, yeah, that was a thing. Okay, also, there's a bit of big news that you might have noticed, and it could be summarized with this clip right here.
We're rotating out 4 legendary weapons to make sure that there's not too many recipes to keep track of. The legendaries that are being removed from rotation are the War Pick, Dragon Katana, Reaper Scythe, and Enderbow.
Yeah. So apparently, Dragon Katana, War Pick, those amazing Reaper Scythe, all those amazing legendary weapons, they're not attainable in Battle Royale because apparently they've been deemed like too OP or something. But like, I feel like War Pick is the last thing you should consider like way too OP. Like it's good, but like it's not like OP that you would expect from like, I don't know, Dragon Katana. I feel like that's way too cheap to make as well. But yeah, they're out of Battle Royale mode. So they're only in duels. So they'll probably be forgotten later on if Battle Royale becomes much more popular, which it will. And, this is just a basic like overview of Hoplite Season 3. If you want like a full length thing with all the shebang about the cosmetics and all that, just check the Hoplite official website, my guy. Like, why are you even here? What are you doing? But yeah, this is generally my opinion, because this season, probably with its amazing new legendaries and like its new game mode, like duos game mode, this might just be the update that saves Hoplite from what Hypixel UHC has become, because Hoplite has slowly been like decreasing in popularity, which I know it sounds really stupid when there's like videos on it are still getting like 12,000 views or something, which I still have not achieved. So if you want to help out with that, make sure to click that subscribe button. Yeah, shameless plug right there. But what I'm saying is that Hypixel UHC died because people got bored. And I feel like if you just roll out like new stuff and like new legendaries that like don't do anything, I'm not considering this season to be one, but if they do that in the next couple seasons, Hoplite might become what Hypixel UHC has become. And I'm really afraid of that because, Hoplite has been one of my favorite servers to spend time on. One of the best like nice communities out there because of how Speed Silver manages things. I absolutely enjoy this like a lot, but I don't want it to become another Hypixel UHC, and this was apparently the successor to that, so we don't want it to have the same fate as that. So couple things about this update that I want to that I might have improved was, they changed the Magma Club recipe apparently. I think that was really good. Magma Club needed to be debuffed a bit because it's way too easy to craft. And also, I would put War Pick and Reaper, or no, not Reaper, Dragon Katana back in the rotation, because I think Reaper as in itself is like the most OP weapon. Like it's easy to craft and it's like OP and stuff. So I think that was the one that was actually needed to be removed from rotation. But other than that, I feel like this update has done a phenomenal job of improving upon like the Hoplite that we know of today. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Huge thank you to the community, Speed Silver, all those guys that created this server and that allowed me to make content on it. And yeah, and I'll see you in the next one.